Welcome back everybody, and today we're taking a look at the sixth release from Transmission. Now this is actually only the fifth one though that we've looked at from them, as this was supposed to be released alongside the fifth release from them in the form of Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage, but unfortunately that has been delayed by a week. But nonetheless, we are today taking a look at two boxes, Televised Terror in Franco's Spain. And yeah, the first film is from 1972 and it's called La Cabina, and also known as the telephone box. And yeah, both of these films are firmly within the horror genre, although there is some dramatic elements in there as well. And yeah, this first film is directed by Antonio Macaro, who also I haven't seen anything else from before, although he may well have done something that I will look at in the future. And it clocks in at 35 minutes long. I've not seen anything from the cast before. And it's about a man who gets trapped inside a telephone box and nobody is able to free him. So, yeah, even though I've not seen anything from the lead actor before, who's principally the only real actor in this, he was actually fairly good. But overall, this is an engaging and well executed effort that takes its simple premise and riddles it with tension, effective cinematography, and a conclusion that is equally thought provoking and satisfying. And even though it is a horror film, it confines any kind of like violence or vivid imagery or anything like that pretty much to the end of the film, but I feel like that makes it all the better for it. So yeah, that gets a comfortable 4 out of 5. And then from 1974 we have El Televisor, also known as The Television. So this is directed by Chicho Ibanez Serrador, who I've actually seen something from before, which I was surprised about, called The House That Screamed from 1969. Now that was released by our video a few years ago on Blu-ray, and yeah, it's actually fairly great. And this one clocks in at 68 minutes long, so it's about again, not seen anything from the cast though, but it's about a man living a dreary suburban life who has a simple dream to possess his own television. When he finally gets his wish, the dream soon becomes a dangerous, all-consuming obsession. So yeah, this quite frankly has a good pair of lead performances and an effective build-up as the obsession gradually consumes one half of the couple that we follow. And it's overall still an engaging and a thematically well executed effort on top of all of that. The primarily singular location is also well used, as he rarely goes out of his study once he does get this television. The ending is uncompromising, it is well shot, and the way that obsession is depicted is convincingly done as well. Now, obviously, the idea of getting what you wish for and it not being entirely what you hoped is hardly a new kind of concept at all. Obviously, this year alone, we've had a film called Obsession that deals with that kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like this does that kind of obsession, the way that it literally just saps away in his life in several areas. You know, he starts he no longer loves it. He basically cares for his wife that he loves, or his children, or his own study, or even his own love of music and reading before he even gets the television, and his job that he has for 15 years ends up falling apart as well. So yeah, it's really effective in that regard. And you also see the obsession taking a toll on the way that he looks. His mental health also is declining. He's looking skinnier and paler and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I feel like that really is satisfying in that regard as well, and also gets a 4 out of 5. So yeah, La Cabina is actually a worldwide Blu-ray premiere as well, while El Televisor is a UK Blu-ray premiere. So I imagine that's probably been released in at least probably Spain, given it's a Spanish TV film, or maybe even the US. But nonetheless, yeah, both really rather good and both well worth seeing. And yeah, I'm really glad that Transmission are also going into that TV kind of film territory, as even though I've not seen a great deal that I'd say are excellent in that using that format, there's still plenty that have been great. In fact, one of my all-time favorite films is Duel, and that was obviously made for TV initially. So yeah, both really good, and I really like this new artwork that we have as well, which combines the two films. Doesn't say who's actually done this new artwork, which is a shame. I like to credit people, but still it looks really good. We also get a booklet with this release as well, which again has the two films. So that's from La Cabina and that is from El Televisor. And inside the booklet you get cast and crew, two boxes, Televised Terror in Franco, Spain by Alex Mendibil, then Fear of the Box, The Late Night Legend of La Cabina on British TV by Paul Martinovic, and then acknowledgements and credits. So I am surprised that it was actually aired on British TV, given, you know, I doubt there was a dub for this or anything like that, and the like. So that is a bit of a surprise, but still really rather neat that it was. So that is from El Televisor. The lead guy actually heavily reminds me of the grandpa from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, to be honest. Um, And then we also get shots from La Cabina. In fact, the film La Cabina was so iconic in Spain that they've even erected a replica of the telephone box in Madrid, I think. And yeah, then we also get transfer notes. So the Cabina was supplied to Radiance Films as a high definition digital file by Television Espanola, and the film was presented in its original aspect ratio of 1:33:1 and with the original mono audio mix. And that is the same for El Televisor, although it was supplied to Radiance Films as a standard definition file by the same people. Additional cleanup was performed by Radiance Films themselves. Quite frankly, if you had never known that there was a standard definition file, I wouldn't have known, because it actually looks really rather quite good. Obviously, it's helped by the aspect ratio, which obviously squeezes the picture in a bit, so it's less detail to be pulled up, but still looks overall pretty good. And then we have the case itself, which again puts the two films together. Now, I watched them in order of the actual disc itself, so that's the Cabina, then El Televisor, but you don't have to watch them in any particular order, quite frankly, as obviously they are completely separate films, dealing with separate subjects and such. And then on the disc, we've got a whole bunch of extras. We've got new audio commentary on La Cabina with writers and filmmakers Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton. No surprise that they've gotten involved with this, considering they've done the TV series Inside Number 9, which has all of those kind of, plots that deal with that kind of thing, where puts people in situations that they don't know what's going on, and then there's a really good twist at the end and such. So yeah, it's cool to see them involved. And then new audio commentary on El Televisor with critics Jonathan Rigby and Kevin Lyons. Archival interview with La Cabina screenwriter Jose Luis Garcia. Then archival location featurette with Antonio Mercero Santos. Plus a new interview with Spanish film expert Antonio Lazaro Rebol on well, he's technically his name is Narciso Ibanez Serrador, but we all probably know him more by Chicho Ibanez Serrador. And then archival El Televisor press conference, and the booklet and the artwork with the sleeve as well. So yeah, overall a really solid release from Radiance Films. Well, transmission via Radiance Films. So yeah, really looking forward to if they delve into more television kind of stuff, especially from other countries, because quite frankly, most television that is aired abroad is never really shown over here in the UK. So I'm sure there's a whole swath of kind of films or TV episodes or anything like that that we've never been able to get access to in the past. Obviously, with the likes of La Cabina, that's a worldwide Blu-ray premiere, and El Televisor is a UK Blu-ray premiere. So in either respects, they've never been really massively available over here in the UK outside of when La Cabina was initially shown on TV in the 70s. So yeah, really impressed by transmission that they've sought these out. It's definitely the kind of left kind of field of stuff that I quite frankly I'm coming to expect from them. Now, granted, Vampire's Kiss is easily probably the more mainstream effort they're gonna release, but it's still a little bit more left field. I mean, if you're going to look at Nicolas Cage releases, then you more likely look at more mainstream stuff from the 90s and 2000s than something like that. So yeah, overall, transmission are looking on a strong foothold so far this year, and yeah, here's hoping that will continue. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.